Okay. Think we're good. Let's see. Yo, chat, how's it going? Okay, there we go. Nice. Yo, chat. We back. Yo, Hanabi, Burnt Chicken, that guy. Alexandra, how's it going? So, today we're gonna be doing some fundamental animation practice. I know in the past, or a couple weeks ago, I did walk cycle, I did a jump, but I've been practicing animation and I think I just need to go straight back to basics, so that's what we're gonna be doing. Script no, how's it going? Chris? Sus art teacher showed him my notifs. Yo. Lost me. How's it going, man? Zila? Alan, yo, how's it going? So, what'd you guys do today? Yo, Shock, will this be a VOD? This will be a VOD. Nice, nice low tier god, by the way. Can you guys hear the music? Hold on, why is it looping this song? Okay, there we go. Nice. Been binge watching my shorts? Yo, thanks, appreciate it. Oh, Noah, how's it going? Go back to Dark Souls? No, we're never gonna do that again. That was horrible. Am I gonna make a short about this? Probably not, because I still suck at it. Missed last stream because you forgot? No, you missed my godlike Dark Souls run. Yo, Castro, didn't know I worked with animations. I only started doing this recently. But here are some of the notes that I've taken over the past 2 weeks, I guess, of practicing animation. So I think the first thing I'll do is just go over these, and then we'll get to like the actual practice. Yo, Sedipto, how's it going? Sam? Just started following and now we're live? Yo! Dope. Common mistake beginner animators make. I wish somebody would make videos like that. I could definitely use them. Yo, Alice! What's up? Oh my god, Nightbot actually works. That's crazy. Okay, so there are a couple things I figured out. First thing is that movement requires speed. Speed being distance over time. So the amount of distance you travel in a certain time frame determines how fast you're doing that. With animation, distance is the space between your drawings, which I'll show off in a second. And then time is the amount of frames it takes. So let's say you have a ball in one frame, and then in the next frame we place the ball here. This distance, well, it's called the spacing, but the ball travels from here to here in, let's say, 9 frames. We're running at 24 frames a second. So 9 frames would be 3/8 of a second, I think. Which means it's traveling extremely quickly. Do I post my notes anywhere? I don't really have that many notes. So, I don't really post them anywhere. Well, I post them on Patreon. if I have any notes. Second live, how's it going? Kurga, how are you doing? That's hard to say you're not a bot. Right after you watch the art rule short. Oh god. That I still cannot believe that people still want to argue with me that art doesn't have rules. Like, that's actually crazy. Anyway, so my second note, objects that are anchored to the ground like the feet cannot move unless there's a force moving them. So, a couple of weeks ago when I did the walk cycle animation, one of the things I did was the foot was in contact with the ground, and then in the next frame, I moved the foot to like right there, but it can't actually do that unless the leg lifts the foot off the ground and moves it. So that's a pretty important thing. You will be subscribing then? Yo, nice! Appreciate it. My head is like a library, so I store the notes there. True. How do I feel about cats? I hate them. Awful. Only rule is the rule of thumb. What is the rule of thumb? The more surface area an object has, the more it'll get affected by resistance forces like air resistance, so it'll move slower. This is actually a really interesting one that I found out by watching like science teachers on YouTube. Apparently if you have apparently the speed at which something falls is not dependent on the mass of the object, it's dependent on the size of the object. So if you have a really big object, like let's say you have a wooden board and it's really like it has a lot of surface area, so let's say it's not particularly thick, it's just very wide and long, and then you have a tiny golf ball. This thing is going to fall slower than the golf ball, even though a wooden board would have a lot more mass than the golf ball. So that's pretty interesting. And with animation, I guess that would apply to bigger objects can't move faster than smaller objects. Like, you can't make Godzilla move at the speed of like Ultra Instinct Goku. Yo, Jamie, how's it going, man? Yeah, it has been a while. How are you doing? Did I do a short about how to draw hands? I've done a couple about how to draw hands. I think if you search mistake when drawing hands on my channel, you'll find it. Yo, Noah. Which brand is my drawing tablet? I'm using a Huion canvas. It's dependent on the object's air resistance. Let a hammer and a bowling ball fall on the moon, and they'll fall at the same speed. Yeah. Okay, next up. Spacing. Very important. Can change the flow of the movement. Spacing is crazy. I still don't like fully understand this stuff. But spacing, like I said with the ball, let me just get rid of all that stuff. So spacing has to do with the distance between the drawings. The further you place them away from each other, the more distance they're moving, thus the faster they'll appear to move, as long as the time frame is the same for two different situations. But the type of movement, or like the movement looks different if you change the spacing. So let's say we have a ball here, and then I have it impact the ground right here. Let's say that takes 15 frames. We'll do 5 drawings. So ball's up there, ball's there. We'll make it go slow at first. Wait a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, 9. One goes to 12. This one goes to 15. Right. One's there. I think I can actually move this one closer to the other one. And then have that one there. So now the movement looks like that. But oh, yo. Chat's actually going pretty fast. Still can't believe I said that you have the basics down and one picture back, then you eyeballed everything. Don't use the single guideline. Dude, you should have given me more images than just that one, man. Egg or omelet? Both. What about an egg omelet? Weight in animation is so hard. It is. And like it affects how things move too. So like something can look unnatural if it doesn't move at the correct speed for its size. Anyway, so what was I showing with this? If we change the spacing, so we'll have a ball up there. That frame is going to be there, and then right there it hits the ground. So this is moving, it's moving at the same, or like in the same time frame, around 15 frames, but the distance between the drawings is different, or the spacing is different. So the type of motion will appear different as well. That's also a pretty interesting concept, and it seems like that'll take a lot of practice to get down. Just enjoying the commissions? Nice, good to hear, man. Yo, Doomhound, how's it going? Why do we scratch our heads when we're confused? I have no idea. Would a warm-up drawing such as shapes drawing help a lot? I think the best thing you can do for warm-up drawings... Well, yeah, it would help. The best thing you can do for warm-up drawings is just tracing lines. Just work on your line work, basically. If you want to do that with shapes, that works as well. The faster they go, the less frames to draw it is. Yes. Well, not necessarily. Because speed is dependent on distance over time. So if you want something to go faster, you can either increase the distance that it's moving in a certain time frame, or you can reduce the time it takes to move that distance. If you have a ball that's here and we're going to have it move to the right, let's say, let's just do 3 drawings, just to make this quick. Then in this drawing, I have the ball there, and then in this one, it'll be there. So our time frame is about 7 frames, which is like less than a third of a second. Then if we want to make it move faster, we can increase the amount of distance it's traveling, and then all of a sudden, let me set it to loop there. The bottom one is moving way faster. Like that one even looks like it's teleporting because of the distance that it's moving. But then, of course, what you can also do is you can also reduce the amount of frames it takes. So then you reduce the time frame and the distance stays the same, so then the speed goes up. Also a pretty important concept by the looks of it. I have a friend who did a scythe animation, but it seems like it was the weight of a feather. Yeah, it seems like it's a really hard thing to get right. You didn't have any other pictures? Oh man, okay, I'll look forward to that. Ping me after the stream ends. Okay, so next, types of in-betweens. This I still haven't really figured out. Or I guess this isn't really a note, this is just my personal note. But you can place your in-betweens at different spots. So let's say if this is a keyframe, let's say that's a keyframe and that's a keyframe. You can place the in-betweens exactly halfway in between the keyframe and then place another one exactly halfway in between those. Or you can place them at thirds. And then once you've done that, you can place them again at thirds. I don't think that's how you have to do it, but it seems like that's just a really common pattern people use. How do the lines on a drawing work exactly? Because you always hear thick lines on the outside and thin lines on the inside. So lines depend on shadows. There are certain parts on the body that when you put them against each other, they create very dark shadows. Like for example, your fingers. If you push your fingers against each other, you get some really dark shadows in between the creases. At those spots, that's usually where you put your lines. That's one of the things, and then the other thing would be outlines. Those are also where you place your lines, and then depending on how the light hits the outline, you make it thicker or thinner. If there's a lot of light hitting an area, you can make the line thinner, and if there's not a lot of light hitting the area, you make it darker. And then another thing is that if something's close to you, you make it darker so that it appears bigger, and if it's further away, you make it appear lighter. But like line work is honestly, or like that sort of line weight stuff is not really something you'll have to worry about unless you've already like mastered a lot of the basics. How do you make it look like it's not teleporting? Yeah, smear frames is one of the things you can do. Smear frames is one of the things you can do, and I want to say you can add more frames in between as well, or like drawings instead of frames. But that's gonna make it look slower. Well, it doesn't necessarily have to make it look slower. If you don't increase the amount of frames that it takes, if you just increase the amount of drawings, it'll appear smoother. So I guess that is something you can do as well. Runette, how's it going? Okay, hold on. Let's try that. Let's give it a shot. So smear frames are one of the things we can do. We know that. And yeah, this is animation fundamental practice, so I guess this is something I'll have to figure out. Okay. So we have the ball here. Let's do 12 frames. Then it's going to move from one side of the canvas to there. One, two, three. Okay. Actually, maybe I should do 9 frames. It's probably easier that way. So I have one really close there. Have another one there. Then now it's gonna look really fast. Saw an animation where the characters are made lineless if they're further away from the camera. That's interesting. Yo, Icky, how's it going? And Sorex Fliff, how are you doing? Oh shit, you still have the mod status. Damn. Yo, chat, show Sora some respect. They're an OG. Probably the oldest member here in chat, or like the oldest viewer here in chat. Draw Laura from Tales of Cold Steel, or Trails of Cold Steel. I should do that again. Okay, yeah. So at the start it's really slow, then it speeds up. We can have one more frame in between here. Still looks like it's doing that. So, put one in between there. Yeah, you can actually see it move. I think maybe if I place another one in there and make it ease out. There we go. Okay. That does seem to work. Yo, Adelmation, how's it going? Missed the Goon Squad from the Dark Souls stream? Is the chat lagging? No, it isn't. It just takes a while for me to read it, because I have to concentrate on both, like drawing and reading chat, or like responding to chat. It's pretty hard. Okay, so the next thing, arcs of motion. This seems like a really complicated thing, and I definitely have not mastered this, but everything that moves in an arc, or well, like every part of the human body moves in an arc, as far as I'm aware. And that is mostly because oh shit, Sora with the tier 1 sub? Yo, how's it going? Nice. Only that other mod from back in the day. Wholesome robot stream. Don't encourage him to do that sort of stuff, man. What was I doing? I was drawing a shoulder. Okay. Yo, this song lasts forever. Okay, so the shoulder. Actually, I should draw the entire arm to better explain this. So the arm, whenever the arm moves, it moves starting from the shoulder, right? The shoulder itself does not move around anything. Actually, hold on. How should I explain this better? Yeah, let me do a top view actually. So let's say you have a dot in the center, and then you have something attached to it. This thing can only move in arcs because it's rotating around this center dot. So let's say you move it to this position. This line is going to have the same length, which would be about there. The dot would be there. And if you follow that movement, it's in an arc. Or like, you know, part of a circle. If you move it to that spot, this line is the same length as it was originally. That's there. Again, moves in an arc. It cannot move in a straight line because then this line is a lot shorter than it was originally. The arm works the same way. It moves around the shoulder. The shoulder is this center dot there. So the elbow would always move in an arc. And that's pretty much how it is for the entire body. The knee works like that. The feet, the hands, the entire spine works like that. So yeah, pretty much the entire body always moves in arcs. So if you have the body move in a way that doesn't involve arcs, it's going to look unnatural. Or it's going to look robotic. Why haven't I figured out a way to grow more eyes? I'm working on it, man. Give me like a year. I got you. Do I usually do animations or just for the sake of live streams? No, I'm actually practicing this stuff. When should one start drawing NSFW? Whenever you want, I guess. What's the best way to improve anatomy? The best way to improve anatomy would be to, instead of drawing, I think it's to just take notes. Like basically what I did here. Think about what's important and then just write it down. Because the drawing part is important too, but studying anatomy is more like, it's more book studying than it is practical stuff. Yo, Cassie! What's up? I'm a bit late on that, but how's it going? Ever wonder what would happen if you sent $9,000 in a live chat? Didn't Mr. Beast do something like that at some point? The playlist already repeated? No, no, dude. I messed up at the start. It's just it's playing the song that it that I had on at the start. Hold on, let me skip it. Okay, so what do we have next? To make an object appear like it's moving, there needs to be change. So this is also something that I figured out. I'm not sure if this is like an actual rule, but if you want something to move, there has to be drastic changes, or there have to be drastic changes between one frame to the next. Can I draw a smiley face on the drawing with the hand out? That looks mad cursed, and I drew it on the wrong layer too. Yo, Riga, thanks for the DS1 guides. Nice, no problem. Yo, Hyperloop, how's it going? What do I think about 80s DC comic art? That's cool. I haven't read a whole lot of those, but from what I've seen, it looks pretty cool. Love the Sonic music in the background, dude. Sonic always has some good soundtracks. Oh yeah, so the change thing, that's what I was going to show off. Let's say if you have one frame, let's say you're animating hair, for example, and you have one frame that looks like that, and then the next frame barely changes, and let's also say both of these are keyframes. So first keyframe is this one, second keyframe looks like this. You're trying to make the hair move, but instead it does that. So between your keyframes, you need to have some major changes in position for it to actually appear like movement. How do you know when you're drawing as a structure / anatomy versus gesture issue? I think it mostly goes by a case-to-case basis. You can always assume that there's a problem with your structure, your anatomy, and gesture. There's pretty much always problems with your work. Or just always assume that your work has problems. Best way you've learned about anatomy so far was thanks to my vids? Dope, nice. Love hearing that. Reminds you of Xenoblade music? Oh, yo, speaking of Xenoblade music, I added some Xenoblade songs to the playlist. Okay, next, movement happens at the joints. This one's pretty obvious. You can't move the humerus in two. You can't move the radius or ulna. All the movement happens at the shoulder joint, the elbow joint, the wrist joint, hips, knees. Pretty obvious. And that's actually like a general art thing as well, not just animation. To make a movement look natural, one part of the body has to lead. This one I also don't really understand yet, or I haven't like really researched this, but it seems like whenever you move, there's always one part of the body that leads the movement. In the case of raising your arm, it's the shoulder first, but the shoulder can't actually move, so it's the shoulder, or not the shoulder, it's the elbow that really leads the movement. And then once you reach the peak of where the elbow is supposed to move, it stops moving, and then the rest of the arm trails behind it. If you make everything move in just one smooth motion, it will appear unnatural. And let's actually try that. Watch out, Map Studio's coming for me. Yo, I wish. Teach us how to animate water balloons? I got you, I got you. Maybe next stream. I need to research that myself first. So we go from there to... Would I animate your manga? I don't even know how to, like, make my own animations. But I mean, if you're willing to pay me a lot of money for that... I think I would do it. Okay, so the arm goes from there to there. I think it's actually a little longer than it was originally. That's also a really difficult thing, volume control. Making sure that your shapes stay the same size. Yo, Kitsune, how's it going? There's always problems with your work? Yeah, take notes, take notes. Hold on, let me just copy and paste this, because there's no point in redrawing it every single time. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that's what it looks like if it's just moving if it's moving without one part of the body leading it. So then let's draw it with the elbow leading. We've got 246 fan arts of Ho'ol Hiak saved on your PC alone. Yeah, with that name, definitely. Definitely cool. Can't stop itching to anime art tips, how to stop. Yo, Mappa be searching me right now. Okay, let's keep this one a bit simpler. So I did a community post a couple days ago where I asked people what level they thought they were at in art. I don't know if you guys saw that community post or if you guys even voted on it. But the three options I gave were beginner, intermediate, and advanced. So I guess I'll ask chat, what level do you think you're at? Beginner, intermediate, advanced. Oh, we got the goated song. Let's go. Best animation style I've seen in any media? There was actually a... There was a trailer made for Fate Grand Order's 7th anniversary, I think. 7th or 8th anniversary. It was last year. But the animation style in that trailer, yo, that was godlike. Actually, I might be able to play it on stream. I'll do that after this. Yo, Raymart. How's it going? Any tips on better line art? I have a longer video on how to do better line art. I would suggest checking that video out, because it goes in more detail than I can do right now. I'm cheating my way into Mappa. As long as nobody snitches on me, they don't know. Is it true that in animation fundamentals are more important than rhythm, movement, and use of timing, and that drawing quality comes later depending on the production you are working on? Well, I mean, I'm still a beginner in animation, so I wouldn't know what's really important when it comes to those productions, but I can imagine the most important thing is getting the movement right. Because with the drawings, you could always ask people to help you. But with the movement, you could ask people to help you as well. But if the movement is incorrect, the foundation of the animation you're making is incorrect. So seems like that's probably the most important thing. Your uni is forcing you to do stop motion? Oh god. Do you have to do it in real life with like clay or on PC? Good to hear, Icky. You missed it? Say you're a beginner. See, you're obviously pro. Heavily dependent on what you think every level is. Beginner, basic, below beginner. Feel be cocky of you to say intermediate. Beginner. Okay. Good to see at least chat knows what's up. Because what's crazy, like I expected a lot of people to pick intermediate on that poll, but the fact that 50,000 people voted on that poll and like over 40% of them chose intermediate or higher, like 36% chose intermediate, 5% chose advanced. That's actually insane. I was expecting, well, like ideally I wanted it to be like 5% intermediate. But people be overestimating their skills. It's crazy. What am I drawing? I'm trying to figure out how to draw an arm. New One Piece opening is peak animation style? I haven't seen that. I'll check it out after stream. But really, One Piece peak animation style? Because it's one of those anime that comes out like every single week, right? I can't imagine they have that much of a budget to make something that looks really good. Probably gonna watch a lot of tutorials for drawing tomorrow. Nice, good luck. What do I think some of you are, and what do I think I am? I'm pretty sure I'm still a beginner. At least that's what I would rank myself as. I would say I'm like heading towards the upper ranks of beginner, but still beginner. I would say the vast majority of my audience, and by vast majority I mean like 99.9%, still beginner. I'm sure there's like one person in here out of the almost 400,000 people that's like decently good at drawing, but I cannot imagine there's somebody that's like advanced level watching my stuff. They be capping exactly. What are the requirements to be intermediate in my head? That's actually kind of hard. I have to think about that. Okay. So it's not a requirement by the looks of it, but yeah, it's not a requirement, but it creates a different movement. Okay, that's interesting. That's definitely something to keep in mind. Maybe it's I who am underestimating my viewers. There's no way. There's no way. The stuff that I've seen in the latest video I uploaded, that there's no way I'm underestimating these people. And then the last thing, animation involves keyframes, breakdowns, extremes, in-betweens. You can mark keyframes differently than breakdowns, in-betweens. But when you're animating, seems like you should always start with a timing chart. Figure out where your extremes are, your keys, your breakdowns. Then figure out where to place your in-betweens, and then you start working on your drawing. Used to be in denial of your flaws when it comes to drawing. One day you got humbled real hard for something not even related to drawing and changed your mindset ever since. That's good. Want to learn both 2D and 3D art, but you're too lazy to watch the tutorial. If you're too lazy to watch the tutorial, I would suggest just starting with the drawing, because a tutorial can only help you so much. Most of the learning is going to come from your own experience. Yo, Effie, thanks for stopping by, and good night. Vincent Chansard works on One Piece, did an interview saying the working conditions on Toei are the best he's been. Somehow they're pretty good on Weekly? Damn. Okay, that's crazy. Guys watching the stream were dumb, or kids going to extra lessons. Who was advanced to me? Kim Jong-gi? Kim Jong-gi was definitely advanced. Right now, I would say there are a lot of people working in the animation industry that I would classify as advanced. The stuff that these people are doing is unreal. I don't know if I'll ever like reach that level. I did not see your Olaf. Did you post it in the Discord? How often should you practice, and mostly practice what? You should practice pretty much whenever you have time, I think. And what exactly you should practice, well, it just depends on what you need to improve on. Like, again, I would recommend just taking notes like this, and then based on what you've written, you can figure out what you need to actually work on. How long have I drawn for? About 4 years. What's a breakdown? So breakdown, I actually don't, like, I'm not fully sure of this myself, but a breakdown is when a movement goes from one position to a different position. It's kind of an abstract concept, I think, but in the bouncing ball, I'm pretty sure the breakdown is this position right here. So the ball bounces from here, goes up that way, and then down. The breakdown would be when it switches from going up to going down. Timing's very challenging in animation. Yeah, timing and spacing both. Is it a good idea to use character as a starting point to learn how to draw? Learning about proportions, poses, anatomy, movement, drawing clothes, even to learn how to animate characters? It is. I would say the best thing you can use to learn how to draw is just something that you want to draw. If you want to use characters to learn how to draw, then that's the best way to learn for you. If you want to use robots or landscapes to learn how to draw, then that would be the best way to learn how to draw for you. Oh, you posted that in Post Your Art? I didn't see that. Breakdown is when you get stressed about your drawing skills. Okay, so... Oh, actually, first thing I want to look at... I want to show off that FGO trailer. See if I can find it. Was the 8th anniversary? It was. Okay. I think I do have to keep it muted though. There we go. Alright, Icky. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good night. Dark Merlin. Second favorite pencil guy. Yo. That's crazy. How's it going, man? Okay, so this memorial movie from 2023, I think this is probably the best art style I've ever seen in like animation. Dude. Yo, look at these colors, man. How the fuck did they do this? Dude, what is this? Bro, the thing is, it's not just that the animation is like... It's not just that the animation is godlike, it's the colors too. I don't know how they did that. They're using, it's just normal cell shading. Look at that! It's just normal cell shading, but with the way they've, used the colors. It looks like it's rendered. I'm doing good, Dark Merlin. Just been practicing some animation. Single frame looks like a painting already. Yeah, actually insane. Why don't I post more art on Twitter? I have to get back to that actually. I got lazy. Okay. Well, that was pretty cool. You guys definitely have to watch that with the music on. It's actually godlike. They say 3D is bad. The stuff that people can do with 3D CG nowadays is actually insane. There's some, like, there are whole anime that I'm pretty sure are animated in 3D, but it looks like it's 2D. Imagine spending hours drawing a single frame used for 0.1 seconds. Okay, so let's see what we can do now. Went over my notes. What do I need to work on, actually? Yeah, okay. One of the things that I've been practicing was creating some sort of flick. So you know how when hair gets affected by the wind, it kind of flicks in the other direction? Okay, maybe that will work. Let's see. Kind of. But yeah, what I was practicing was this. When it goes from this position to there. And I just couldn't figure it out. Still can't actually, because like with hair it's kind of simple, but I tried to do it with a pendulum. Okay, let's actually that's probably not a good position for it to be in. Do this. Okay, so that's going to be the bottom of it. So it's going to move up. I need to work on more viewer-friendly notes, more smileys and happy stuff when I take notes. Sure, I'll keep it in mind. Do I have any favorite anime openings / theme song? No Game No Life. Easily the best anime opening ever. Season 2 happening never. Flick needs more snap? Yeah, that's what I was struggling with. I don't know how to do that. Because I'll show it with the pendulum. So then let me ask the question to chat. What is your favorite anime opening? Actually, let me not do that. Just keep a straight line. It can't actually flick when it gets to that point, because at that point it's already like slowed down. Try practicing head banging, see where the hair goes. Yeah, that's way too complicated, man. Yo, Noah. Yo, Nap. How's it going? Promise for Soul Eater Season 2. That song's pretty dope, yeah. You skip most anime openings to avoid minor spoilers. I should have actually thought about the timing for this before I started animating it. I need to start making that a habit. One Piece opening 20, Kaiju, Bokudake ga Inai Machi, and all 3 Mob Saga. Yo, you really typed that out instead of erased. Too large of a gap between these two. Let's place a frame there. Okay, I can place one more in between these to really make it go slow. And then Specials is also good. Oh, yo, Specials is actually I didn't like that at first, but it grew on me. For pendulums, it accelerates when it goes from side to the middle and slows down when it goes from the middle to the side. There's an anime called Abuchigiri. It's one of the best openings you ever heard. Interesting. Yeah, this stream will go into the live tab on my channel. So, let's try this. Then I can have it hang in the air. Or hold, I guess they call it. What's also kind of difficult about animation is I don't really know what to practice. Because I know I need to work on fundamental stuff. I don't know what the fundamentals are. I wish somebody made a video on that. I wish somebody made, like, shorts pointing out mistakes. Pointing out mistakes artists make when animating stuff. That'd actually be really helpful. You didn't watch it in English, so you're not used to the English name? Oh, I see. Yo, David. How's it going? Specials is your theme song because you're so special, IRL. Any tips on how to keep your art passion consistent? Think about why you started. Think about why you started drawing. And if you had a goal when you started, try to reach that goal. What app do I use? I'm using Clip Studio Paint. Watch 12 Principles of Animation. The 12 principles don't seem like the fundamentals of animation, though. Some of them do, like timing and spacing. And I think arcs is also one of the fundamental, or not. Well, yeah, it's a fundamental, but it's also a principle of animation. But then some of the other ones seem like they're only useful for when you're making finished products instead of actually practicing animation. You've got an old video saved that may help. Okay. You could post it in the reference and tutorial channel on Discord. I got infected with Short's brain rot. Okay, it's slowing down too much, which means I need to get rid of this. Get rid of that, and then move this one. Yeah, there we go. It is flicking in the other direction, and it's super unnatural because this is not possible in real life. Like, that's not how physics work. There's a theme song for To Be Continued. And I really went and gave Mistakes a theme song too. What the hell is this? Oh, the Xenoblade song. It was 12 Principles of Animation. No. What would I call a good animation? Depends on the physics of objects. You can make an animation of a ball dropping and still look good because of physics. Good animation would be, yeah, probably something that makes logical sense, unlike this. Something that makes sense with physics, and also keeps a consistent volume of the object throughout the entire animation. Myself thought I am. Art is decent, you can draw, but still struggling how to make realistic human anatomy. Do I have any advice? Well, you can only get good at the things you practice. So if you've never practiced human anatomy, or like if most of your practice was spent drawing cartoons, then obviously you're not going to be good at doing realism. But for the most part, I would suggest just practicing perspective. Like, if you've got perspective on lockdown, you can draw whatever you want. You can do realism, semi-realism, cartoons. If 12 principles of animation are so good, why didn't they make a 13 principles of animation? That's what I'm wondering. Found something that might help. Whenever you join Discord, just send it my way. Nice. That'd be pretty helpful. Looks a little weird because the flick seems a little too hard. Don't think that wind that hard exists in real life. Yeah, that's it's definitely unnatural, but I'm just trying to like figure out how to actually make things flick. And that's another thing, I don't know what shapes to use to practice things in animation. Because with like regular drawing, I know I can just use boxes as basic shapes for everything. But with animation, I don't know what I can use. Because if I use a ball, that works, but I can't really practice like follow through with that. So glad you found this channel. Nice, good there. Been drawing for so long and you're only practicing perspective recently. Perspective is definitely something that gets neglected a lot. But you'll notice that like as soon as you start practicing it a lot, your art will get better. Okay, let me try something like this actually. When is Xcal 2 releasing? Soon. I've been trying to master the fisheye perspective. It's just satisfying to see it. It is, yeah. Just draw stick figures? That could work. I believe you need to practice anticipation with something springy to get decent flicks. Yeah, I'll look into that after stream. You've been practicing anatomy, but you don't know what method to use? I don't really think, like, the method matters too much. The most important thing is that when you study it, you're actually doing it with a purpose. And that you're not blindly following methods other people tell you. Because if you don't understand what you're practicing, you're not going to learn from it. I'm so lazy. I don't want to draw the arm. Start to practice follow-through is given an antenna to the ball. Oh, yeah, I see. Okay, that is that could work. Animate an actual finger flick? Oh yeah, but then I have to draw hands. Ain't nobody want to do that. What program am I using? I'm using Clip Studio Paint. Yo, the size of that head just doesn't work. Very professional in my art studios, because I always seen them pop up. Helps you improve a lot. Yeah, Drift, you've been improving. I've seen your stuff in the Discord. Drawing hands without a reference is on another level. It's actually crazy. You actually really like to draw hands, even if you mess them up a lot? Oh no! Wait, don't tell me. Cassie. Do you have a hand fetish? A common mistake artists make is not subscribing and hitting the bell icon? Exactly, listen to Osama. How many of you have hit the bell icon, by the way? Just wondering. Definitely not planning to assassinate any of you, if you haven't done so. This still looks too long. Okay. So it goes from there to there. You really like to draw feet sometimes too, but you didn't want to say because you thought I would ask that question. What's actually kind of crazy, and what really surprised me is that nobody has brought it up, but like... You have notifications feel like a chore of checking on everything. It's hard to draw hands without references when said references are attached to your forearms. You always get notified whenever I drop a new short? Okay, that's good. Any tips for drawing for longer periods daily? You can only draw for 30 minutes to an hour before you lose focus. I think when you lose focus, just practice your line work. Because like line work exercises are super brain dead. You don't have to think about it. Barely takes any brain power. It's not, well, it's kind of exhausting. Kind of exhausts your arm. But it doesn't really take a lot of brain power, so if you don't feel like focusing on drawing, just practice that. What's the song I always use when I start my shorts? It's a Modern Attempt by Track Tribe. It's one of YouTube's like royalty-free songs. Can't focus on art sometimes. You'll be chilling, playing some RPG, and then you'll see something cool and be like, dang, you want to draw that? Yeah, I have that sometimes too. Line work practice is the hero we didn't need but are glad to have. Exactly. Can fix everything. May the 4th be with you. It's almost the 5th here, actually. Yo, Cat. How's it going? While doing draw a box, cover the fundamentals you need. It'll cover most of the things you need. Because draw a box doesn't cover, like, character drawings, but that's not really a fundamental either. It covers pretty much everything you need to know, so I would do it, yeah. Although certain things like the texture exercises they have are not that necessary. I'm actually so lazy. Yeah, you know what? That works. Whatever. Oh, okay. It's not bad. Let me add one more drawing. Hmm. Has Nightbot been posting the Discord link, by the way? Because I've seen it post the channel member thing, but not... Oh, wait, yeah, it has. Okay, never mind. What inspires you guys to draw? For me, right now, I guess it's that FGO animation that I showed you. Like that? Yo. Can you imagine being able to draw like that? I've not checked the art, or not checked the videos you send me, so you can't guarantee that it's what I'm looking for. No problem. I'll, it's probably gonna be helpful anyway. I should smear the in-between? Probably. But I mean, that's a lot of work. I'm doing stop motion again. Decent playlists on YouTube where you can get all that there is to learn about drawing. I don't think there is, actually. As far as I'm aware, there isn't. Like, I've been working on doing something like that with the video series, where I've done line work and observation so far. Up next, we're going to work on forms, but I'm still planning something for that. I want to see if that's going to work out. Yo, Marquez, how's it going? Any tips for someone who never drew before? I would suggest just draw whatever you like. And that's going to get you, or like that's going to give you the motivation to actually want to start learning how to do it. Just followed some YouTuber because of the way they draw hair. Armchair is swiping that credit card for the anime waifus. You like the video on perspective where I used the Goon Squad and showed their results? They'll be back. They'll be back for the form video. Third frame, try making it closer before springing away. Closer to what? Closer to frame 2? So wait, by third frame, which one do you mean? 1B? Bending pose is short soon? Maybe. Could do that. I'm that guy! Yo, how's it going? Love the short? Nice, good to hear. You have no idea what to draw? Maybe desk or chair? Don't think that's hard? I wouldn't suggest thinking about what's hard. Just pick something that, like that you enjoy drawing. Okay, so you're saying move this one closer to that. Okay, let's try it. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to redraw this thing. Middle would be there. Or there. Although middle would mean constant motion. Drawing hands, who wants to do that proceeds to draw the entire arm. Should make the Goonies appear for post-practice so I could spot their mistakes. Yeah, that could work. It's smoother now. Wouldn't suggest picking something that's hard. Alright, I actually meant to say I wouldn't suggest picking something that's, or like picking something based on difficulty. Whether something's easy or hard doesn't really matter. Just draw what you like. Try building up more anticipation. Wouldn't building up more anticipation mean that I'd have to draw it closer to this one, though? Or... yeah, I guess I could have it there. Oh, wait a second. And then I think if I have another one in between here, Okay, that's a bit better. The advice you always receive is to improve the fundamentals, but struggle to precisely know what that means. You'll put your faith in draw a box. I can't promise that it'll actually help, but I think if you can make it through like that entire course, you'll definitely be better than when you started it. Like cryptid drawings, paintings with skeletons, take you years to even get a tiny bit close. It would. But that's how it's going to be with everything you're going to try to draw. You're not going to get close to drawing anything correctly at first. So if you pick something that you like, you're going to build up the skills required to draw that while learning the fundamentals. A complex animated shot. Would it be a better idea to start with geometric stick figures to get the general shot down? I think in a case like that, geometric figures would probably require a lot of perspective knowledge. And if you use geometric figures, it'd help you to get the perspective right, but it'd also be really hard. So I think you'd be better off doing gestural forms. But anyway, I think I'm going to end the stream here. Tried to say that last time. Ah, I see. Yeah, I'm drawing on 24 FPS. Like the snap at the end, feels very stylized and snappy. Okay, well, as long as it snaps, that's kind of what I was going for. Oh yeah, by the way, speaking of streams, I was thinking of doing some more streams more regularly. So instead of just streaming every Saturday, I was probably going to do streams on Tuesday and Thursday as well. And then we'll see how that goes. But yeah, thank you all for stopping by. Yeah, Noah pulling out the tsundere act. I won't fall for it. But yeah. We do have a Discord server. Nightbot has been posting the link in chat, so if you're not part of the server yet, feel free to join it. And other than that, don't really have anything else to say, so guess I'll see you all in the next stream, probably on Tuesday. Alright, thank you all for stopping by.